What's up, guys? We're diving into 5 red flags that highlight modern dating madness. Let's get into it.
You are a man, and I message you. I expect you to open my message in 1/8 of a second, and I expect you to respond in under 2 minutes. And if I don't message you first, I expect you to message me anyway. Anyway.
No, thank you. I prefer to die giving you the finger.
So if you're a guy, last time I checked I was, you're apparently expected to respond to her messages faster than a caffeinated squirrel. And if she doesn't message you first, I guess that's your fault too. This entitlement's insane. It's fueled by a swipe right culture where women believe their attention is the royal decree. I mean, guys, don't bend over backwards to meet these impossible standards. The second you play this stupid game, you're validating their inflated ego. If you can't value your time, then why waste it on hers?
It feels like more than ever that the dating culture has become really all about hooking up. And there's a lot of deception, a lot of lies. And I just got back off apps. I just couldn't take it. Couldn't take all the manipulation, exploitation. And I've been trying to think of a way to describe it to those who it doesn't happen to, maybe to those who are doing it, are guilty of doing it, so they could understand what it feels like. So imagine you're in a relationship with somebody who's all about your paycheck. And maybe a lot of you like, oh yeah, I already know that. I've been there. That happens to me all the time. But imagine you're a person who's in a relationship that the only thing that's important about you is the paycheck. And you park cars, and you've been doing it for a long time, and you're masterful at it. In fact, when you park a car, the owner gets that car back in better shape than they gave it to you. But you're now getting older and slower, and maybe you don't have all the flash that you used to have, that others have, and so you get passed over. And you're even told that you're a has-been, washed up, and should stop. Because why are you parking cars? So you're making less money than you used to make. But those who use the flashier people don't realize that they're not getting the same kind of care and treatment that you would give it. So you don't make the income. But you get home, and the first thing that your partner does is they hit you at the door and want to know how much money is in your pocket. That's all that you're worth, is how much money is in that pocket. Not for how hard you work, not for who you are, not for the integrity you have and the ethics you have. You're seen as washed up, and your partner's mad. In fact, they're interested now in the flashier ones who are making more money, more bank, because in their opinions, that's all that matters. That's what it feels like to those of us who's seen through the grid of our physical looks and fails to see us as a whole person with an amazing personality, experience, knowledge, and the rest. It hurts. And maybe you're saying, well, you know, too bad, so sad, get over it. Yeah, okay, yeah, I am getting over it. But it's sad. Because I'm not a commodity. I'm not a piece of meat.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
This 50-something lamenting on hookup culture while comparing herself to a used car. She might be more along the lines of a Pinto. I would say a Pacer, but I don't want to disgrace the Pacer because I like Wayne's World. She conveniently forgets that the decades of women championed this sexual liberation, which built this very mess. Now she's washed up, shocked that men choose much younger, flashier models. Men value beauty and loyalty, not wrinkles and grilled cheese. And instead of blaming apps and men, how about some accountability? Feminism convinced women they could have it all until they couldn't. And her complaint stems from years of chasing bad choices. And so guys, just focus on building your own value and avoid becoming someone's retirement plan when they suddenly want stability.
Let's talk a little bit about older women dating younger men and younger men preferring older women. Now, I was married for 25 years and my husband was 10 years older than me. When I was 21, I met him, he was 31. When I was 13, my boyfriend was 19. When I was 16, my boyfriend was 21. So all I ever knew was dating older guys. I had never, ever dated a guy that was younger than me.
Wait, before we go on any further there. 13 and 19 and 16 and 2021. There's laws for that, right? This is what I call trauma, daddy issues. Probably no daddy at home. Anyways, let's just go on. I can't wrap my head around this.
Or married a guy that was younger than me, obviously. So 7 years ago now, I left my marital home. We wound up getting divorced and I stayed single for 6 years. So now at 50, I'm actually out there dating and I am finding myself attracted to younger guys. And I want to talk about that a little bit. And women, let me know if you can relate to this at all. I feel like at 50 years old, I'm in my prime. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that My kids are gone. You know, they've grown up and they're off. One's at college and one's married. And now all my time is my own. I'm healthier. I'm more active. I sleep better. I eat better. My energy's through the roof. So I am more in tune with myself than I've probably ever been. And I have a lot of energy everywhere, if you know what I mean. And so for me, I feel like I'm attracted to younger guys because maybe I think that they are going to have more energy than an older guy. And I don't know that that's necessarily even true. It just might just be something I'm drawn to, but that might not be the case. Now, I have not yet had an experience with an older guy or dating an older guy now since my divorce, so I really couldn't tell you if that's true or not true, that they would have less or more energy. So immediately the first guy that I started hanging out with, and now we've really been hanging out for like 5.5 months, is 9 years younger than me. And he tells me all the time that he has a hard time keeping up. And I keep making a joke that I'm going to have to clone him because I really need two of him to match my energy. So, but I can tell you that, like, get him out on the dance floor and he'll tear it up for a long time. So that there definitely is something to be said for that younger energy, I think. We were out last weekend and I danced with a lot of guys. None of them was I trying to date or anything like that. Just having fun. I'm on the dance floor. It's a great time. The guy I've been hanging out with even showed up. But I was dancing with this one guy that was 26 years old. And he was definitely interested in me, and I wasn't interested in anything beyond dancing. But I asked him because he was persistent. And I said, "What is it with you younger guys and older men?" And I actually made a joke said something about, is it a relief for you that you're not going to get the woman pregnant or something like that? They both just were horrified and started cracking up laughing. There was two of them that they're 26. They go, "No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with, we believe that an older woman is more confident, knows what she wants, already has the experience, has her stuff together." And I've heard some people say that they believe it's because younger guys don't want a commitment and they know that they may not be as pressured by older women. I don't know how much that's true or not true, but this is what they're telling me when I ask them these questions. And the guy that I've been hanging out with says similar, that it does have to do with having confidence and being established and having that experience and knowing what you want in life, and also maybe not having such crazy expectations of that other person. I've shared on here before that I don't need somebody to come along and take care of me financially. I don't need somebody to come along and take care of kids. I don't need anybody to come along and do anything. That doesn't mean I don't want somebody. It doesn't mean I don't need them for companionship and for that feeling of safety and to fix things around the house would be nice, you know, those types of things, but not for the financial breadwinner things that, you know, are kind of some older fashioned things. So I don't know. I'd love to know what you guys think. For me, I'm not closing the door to anybody based on age, but I will say I've had several people say to me, "Would you go on a blind date?" And this guy's 60 or 61 or 62, and it makes me uncomfortable because I'm not sure if they would have the energy. And also I feel like I'm just entering that prime, and I don't want to start dating somebody that already feels like they're kind of done with, you know. I put it this way: age put aside, high energy, excited, wants to take on life, has some level of freedom would be nice. It wouldn't matter if they were older, if those boxes were all checked, right? And sometimes those younger guys won't have all those boxes checked. They're still at home with kids and things like that as well. So I don't know. Let me know what your take is.
You slammed her, you dumped her donut, you gave her dog a sausage, you stuffed her like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Okay, I had to bite my lip on a lot of shit I wanted to say. And I'm sure you guys are probably already thinking or saying it. She needs that young buck to sit there and knock the dust off that pussy. She wants it to be pump, pump, pump. You know, she's got 6 years of being single, 6 years of young studs that she wants. She's screaming she's got this high sex drive, and she's probably got gallons upon gallons of DNA dropped in her. 50-year-old cougar claiming she's in the prime because she dances with 26-year-olds. God damn. This delusion's on steroids. So she leaves her husband on these younger men because they're better, because they don't pressure her. No, they find you fucking easy. I mean, what this whole thing really translates to is she's chasing short-term thrills, getting stuff like a Thanksgiving Day turkey and dressing it as empowerment. So guys, don't get suckered into these ego trips. She's not more confident. She's just desperate for validation. You know, the minute you settle into this dynamic, she'll move on, blame you for her dissatisfaction that you couldn't satisfy her, even though probably hitting that's like chucking a hot dog down the hallway. Anyone gets offended by this here? I don't care.
So I don't really communicate these to the people I'm dating. And this is an internal list. This is a level of accountability that I go back to and reflect upon when I feel myself becoming delusional. Okay, this is like, oh really? Oh really? You think you're falling in love? Let's go back to your list and see in exactly how many ways in which you're being delusional. Okay, so I go back and I look at it and I check and I go, okay, realistically, I can only confidently identify about 1/3 of these things that I know I need to be in a loving, committed relationship with someone. So certainly not enough information to be in love. Now I get swept up in relationship because I'm awesome. Okay? I can be an amazing partner to many different kinds of people. But not very many people could be an amazing partner to me. I could probably be in a successful relationship with a wall. So that is why I have this list, to remind myself of what I need, what I'm looking for, to honor the ways in which that I need to be fulfilled in love, keeping me on track, eye on the prize. Now, my list of qualifications for people, whom I might be intimate with is a lot shorter. It certainly doesn't make it into the double digits, I'll tell you that right now.
I'm gonna pretend you're the New York Knicks.
You can have a relationship with a wall. That's because you hit the wall, lady. 38-year-old thinks she's too good for most men because she has a list. I got a list. I got a grocery list for tomorrow. I got a list at the hardware store of stuff I got to pick up. I got a list of the things I got to do at home. I got a list at work for the things I got to do at work. Does that make me too good for most women? Jesus. Her amazing partner is her own delusional ego. Her internal accountability isn't keeping her grounded. It's justifying her unrealistic standards. So don't waste your time trying to qualify these mental gymnastics. If she's still figuring things out at nearly 40, that's a red flag waving like the 4th of July. Her standards are only high because she's overcompensating for what she can't deliver herself. She said it herself. If she wants fun, her list is very short, and I'm sure she's taken in lots of DNA with that very short list. Otherwise, the good guy, the relationship guy's got this list longer than who knows what to check off in order to be with her.
When I first moved to Boston, I thought I was going to date a rich, educated Harvard man. Come to find out, those kind of men like rich, educated Harvard girls. They have tennis instructors and trust funds, and all I have is a drinking problem, so...
Psycho.
Ah, damn. I'm gonna go back to bed. Boston dreams shattered by Harvard men who dare to prefer women with substance. Do you think? She's expecting a high-valued man to look past her drinking problem and limited assets. That's a keeper right there, guys. No. Entitlement stems from decades of women being told that they're the prize without putting in the work. I can tell you one thing's for sure, rich, educated men aren't dating down, and neither should any regular guy. So build your value and don't entertain women who expect a free ride based on their sob story. She's not settling, but you are if you tolerate this bullshit. As always, Western dating is a circus of entitlement, delusion, misplaced priorities, all driven by social media, flawed feminism, and bias laws. Guys, focus on your goals, build yourself, and avoid traps of women demanding the world while offering nothing in return. Go your own ways to seek traditional values and stop tolerating behaviors that disrespect your worth. Whether you're seeking tradition overseas or stay single, you're reclaiming your life in a world rigged against you. Well, guys, that's the end of the video here today. If you like what you've seen, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop me a comment down below on what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.